Hello, chat. Chat, we here? Is it live? Are we live? Is the stream okay? See, there's two people in my chat right now. Everything good? Is stream okay? Is the stream okay? Nothing's breaking, right? I mean, like, I should probably be asking, is my voice okay? Is the screen okay? And maybe I can play a bit of the track in a moment, but yeah, I'll play that in a moment. But can see, can hear. Okay, very nice. All right, so welcome to, as you can tell by the title, this is going to be the final stream for a very long time. If you guys paid attention to my channel, you will notice that I have a video coming up later in 2 hours. It's going to be a detailed explanation, but I'll put long story short, it's basically going to be um, I'm going away for a very long time to serve in the military. There's more details in the video on my channel, but there's not going to be many videos. There's not going to be many streams at all on the channel for a very long time. So this stream that you are currently watching is going to be the last stream for a very long time on the StarBanditSounds channel. It's unfortunate. I am aware. I said the same thing as in the video that will come out later, but yeah, that's basically I can't fight against the government. I cannot break the rules. It's mandatory for men here, so yeah, I kind of just have to deal with it. So for today's stream, we're going to be doing as much of this idea that we started like 2 streams ago. Um, I did a bit of editing for it um, in between streams, but yeah, I didn't change too much. The only thing I want to do today is make a breakdown section while also having a decent outro. So yeah, damn, hope it goes well, man. I think it'll go all right, honestly. I feel maybe I don't feel prepared, but at the same time, I don't think I should be expecting too much. So yeah. Okay, before we get started on this idea, I'm just gonna play through the whole thing again as a quick recap. It's probably the first, and then later on is going to be the last time you can hear this track for a while. So yeah, I'm just gonna play this, and yeah, uh, this is basically the state that it's in right now. So yeah. buffering. Oh dear. I think it'll get better in a moment. So this part right here is incomplete. This is what we're going to be working on for today's stream. Yeah, so that's pretty much like the structure of the track in general. I kind of just polished it up in like my own time. So that section is probably where the track's gonna end. On the ending part, I might put like a piano like going up, and then yeah. So the main big change that I did was I took the main lay motif from the beginning and used that as the new melody for the first drop over here. Because I felt like it would fit better for the first half, and then the second half is this new leitmotif that gets established over here. Because I just felt like structure-wise and arrangement-wise it made more sense. So that was like the main change I did. So yeah, other than that, I didn't really change too much. I changed a bit of the transitions, but other than that, it's I didn't change too much about the track itself. So yeah, says that the stream is cutting out or buffering. Um, says it's fine on his side. I think it's like some of the areas have a lot of MIDI inside them, so it's a bit CPU intensive. So maybe that's the reason. Okay, I'm gonna listen to this breakdown again and see what we can add. So there's a string over here. Okay. Maybe we can add some ambience in this part right here. And then this is the transition phrase for this next part, which is the Rhodes playing an ARP. Maybe we can make this part like very, very nostalgic. So like we can use some like 90s sounding synths to really make it feel very nostalgic. Currently there's only a Reese playing in this part, playing the chord progression. And oh, this part again. I don't know if I think I might replace the instrument for this section for this thing and make it like a more nostalgic synth. So let me do that very quickly. Let me get one of my presets over here and use it. He's using presets. These are my presets. I made these. I can use them. Strange. It was just me for some reason. Just started YouTubing. It's okay now. Yeah, some people had that problem on previous streams as well. I've noticed. Oh wait. Oh, I messed up my MIDI track. Hold on. I messed up my default MIDI track. It's supposed to be a pitch on it so that I can change it easily. Okay. Um. So currently it sounds it's gonna sound really bad. Let me move this above my -12. That is still very loud on -12. Okay. Um. Let's get a analog sounding synth over here. Let's see what we got. Oh dear, MIDI. Oh wow, the MIDI channels are already freaking out. Are you kidding me? I don't even have that many tracks on. Like, yeah, this is the situation on my PC right now. On a serious level, how do you feel about the war thing? What war thing? Um, was there mention of a war thing earlier? Hold on, let me see this. Yeah, I think that sounds pretty good. There's a bit of low end that we can cut out. There we go. And then maybe I'll just mute these for now. It is very, very quiet. Going to the military. Oh no, basically in my country, when you reach the age of 18, you have to do a mandatory military service. You're just kind of just getting basic training for the military, and that's it. You're not going to war or anything like that. You're not getting drafted. You're basically just going there to learn about basics of military. And I'm actually 21 this year, but I went into a different route for my education, which is why only now I'm enlisting. Why is this thing so soft? It is very soft. Hold on. Why? Yeah, why is it so soft? Maybe I have to turn up the volume on the actual synth. Let me see. Um. Okay, that's a little bit better. So I'll put this in -12 now. Okay, we need some chords now. So we need some chord stabs. I mean to say, I can speak. We'll just use this chord progression over here. Um. Let's see what we got. Okay. Oh, that's the Rhodes. I don't want to use the Rhodes. We already have a Rhodes track. Oh dear. Okay, I need to freeze some of these tracks. Let me freeze some of these very quickly. I should have frozen some of these in the meantime. Yeah, this project is getting very big, so a lot of the a lot of the computer CPUs really starting to pack up right now. I guess I can also mention that I actually graduated tertiary today, so that's cool. Which is probably why I'm also around the same time I'm getting drafted, not drafted, I'm getting enlisted into the military. Crazy idea, but what if you put a violin or horns? Oh, and one more. Oh, what if we put a solo in the breakdown? Oh, you have a good point. Something, someone somewhere. You have a good thing. Something. Maybe I'll just call you someone. You have a good point. Someone. Hold on. Yeah, around this volume. Should I put a piano? Maybe a piano solo? Oh wait, maybe I can Maybe we can make a Rhodes solo. Like, do people do that? Do they like take a Rhodes piano and make a solo out of it? Let's see. I have a bunch of leads here as well, but these are two, let's see, analog leads. Fun fact, this lead is the one that plays in my stream music. Well, can I get the pitch? Yep, this is the lead in my stream music. Maybe I can use this. Let's see. So we're gonna make it a 16 bar solo. Okay, this is gonna be long. That is too low. That is too high. Okay. Sorry if I broke any of your ears there. How about okay, okay, okay. This is sounding good. That's too long. Oh, yup, the reverb. All right, let's try this solo and see how this sounds. I'm gonna unmute everything and see how it sounds. Okay, that works. Yeah, that works. That honestly works as a solo for that. Okay. I'm noticing why this part sounds so empty is because we didn't add any we didn't add any like impacts here. So let me add some impacts over here. There we go. Okay, I might have to freeze more tracks, honestly. It seems like my CPU is really starting to malfunction. I'm trying to find out what's the cause of it. Like, it's not even that many tracks. Let me try freezing this one. Because this is a chord layer. Most of the time the chord layer is also what's causing the is the stream okay? It says that YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. I don't know what that means, but it's scary. Is the stream still alive? I hope the stream is still alive. Oh dear. What's going on? Uh, born to use 300 tracks, forced to obey CPU. Yes. There are producers out there who's used 300 tracks before. I think I know Grant. I saw like a something on Twitter, on Grant's Twitter, like this artist named Grant, he actually used like so many like tracks because he's using FL Studio. I think it's like normal for them to use like a lot of tracks for their projects. I'm trying to figure out what's missing. Like this. Oh wait, I had an idea for like a chords layer that we can add. Hold on. This is like an idea for a chord layer I had. I need to change the chord progression a bit though. Yeah, okay, I'll work with this. Because there's this, I did not mean to open labs, I meant to open Vital. Because there's this specific layer that that I made on my own recently. It was like a, what was it? Oh wait, I'm listening to the wrong layer. Yeah, this layer right here. So yeah, it plays this, and then we're going to make it play a specific rhythm. So it's gonna like 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, like that. Oh, that is way too fast. Hold on. Uh, one. There we go. This is the layout I was thinking of. Okay, there we go. And then same thing here. How does this sound an octave up? Because we don't have anything in like the top layer right now, so maybe we can make it an octave up and see how it sounds. Or maybe this will be an octave down, and I move this key an octave up. I'm gonna have to group this because it's currently oh wait, I can't. Oh, I have to unfreeze it. I don't want to unfreeze it though. I really don't want to unfreeze it. Okay, here's what I'll do. I'm going to make a new audio track, and I'm just gonna drag the stem of this out like this. Okay, there we go. And I'll mute this temporarily for now. -9. So now we have a stem of this track. I think we can push the melody a bit more, maybe more note variation, because in my opinion, the melody feels a bit weak on its own. Yeah, yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I feel like it needs something else to make it feel better. Okay, I'm gonna move this up an octave, see how this sounds. Oh, yeah. Sorry to seem seems very. I can understand that. Yeah, there's some streamers out there who I know don't really like this like backseating. For my streams, if it is a decent suggestion, then I will take it into consideration. So I will give it a try and see. Let's. Oh wow, this has a lot of low end which I forgot cut off. There we go. There we go. And it gets higher and higher. Ooh, I like the vibrato at the end. That's very nice. Um, okay, let's randomize the velocity a little bit by maybe 10. Maybe we can layer this. Maybe it needs another layer is what's missing. Because this is like a reverby layer. We need like a more transient layer. And by transient, I mean like something with a bit more punch to it. So maybe what we can do is we can try using like a mallet instrument, like a glockenspiel. Let's see if we can get a glockenspiel in here. The glockenspiel tremolo. Alright, let's see how this sounds. Oh, it's probably going to be very loud. Oh, there's a lot of low end here. automate the filter, because this is very muffled right now if you listen to it. It's kind of like a brass shot. But what I can do is I can take this automation, and it becomes brighter near the end like this. Oh, I know. I also know why this sounds so like empty. It's because there's no cymbals at all. Whoops. No wonder it sounds so empty. All right. Okay. I need to think of a new pattern first. The sound becoming brighter is such a nice effect. Yeah, I think so too. And then this will play every quarter note. Like this. Something like this. Copy and paste goes crazy. Yeah, that's pretty much like a lot of producer techniques. Honestly, copy and paste is not that bad when you're producing stuff. As long as you don't make it too repetitive, it's fine. I think this is a fine. I think this is fine. Oh wait, hold on. I messed something up. Okay, now something else is causing the things to break. Hold on. I need to figure this out. Um, why is the sidechain not so strong here? Oh, because it's right. It's this sidechain. It's the one that's affecting the. Because I swapped the sidechain here, right? Yeah, I swapped it to this. All right. Percussion? Yes, it is percussion. Oh, speaking of percussion, let me go into this sample pack over here. From Sample Science, this one, the Legacy drum kits. Ooh, these can make some very cool effects. Oh, these are cool effects. Hold on, I have an idea. Like, if I go into here and then like, make an audio track, we can make some like cool, like glitch automations over here. Like before some of the snares, we can do like something like this. Put this here, reverse it a bit, and then it has a very subtle effect to it. So maybe, yeah, you see, if this sound wasn't here, hold on. Oh wait, because I have solo. Hold on. Yeah, you notice how now there's that like whoosh into it right here if you listen closely. So if I play both of these together, so we can put this every bar like that. So we have a stronger like sound. And then we can sprinkle these around. So maybe here. Oh wow. These are cool. These are cool effects. Let's look at the 8-bit one. That would be a cool layer if you reverse it. Brother CPU is going on strike. I think it's already on strike. It's been on strike for forever now at this point. Um, maybe take this part over here and then shift it closer. Oh, we're making like a fill out of this. That's kind of cool. Hold on. That could be a cool effect. It's like in triplets right now. I kind of want to let me consolidate this and then time stretch it. See how it sounds. That's a cool effect. I kind of like that. Let's mess with that a little bit actually. Grain delay. Let's see. So grain delay, what it does is it takes your sound and then chops it into multiple grains, and then it makes it very, very crispy. So think of like the sound being split into like multiple different samples. You hear that? Yeah, that's what grain delay does. Oh, maybe I should separate this sound from the rest like this. Audio tracks actually don't take any CPU from what I know, so I'm actually kind of safe to add audio tracks. What I want to try is I want to go over here, frequency shifter, and we're going to shift the sound down whenever it plays. So over here, I have a frequency shifter, and we're gonna frequency shift the sound down. Watch what happens. If I press play, oh, is it not working? Oh, why is it not doing anything? Hold on. The shift should make it deeper. Why is it not making it deeper? Oh, that's strange. Hold on. Is it because this is here? Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, that's also cool. Maybe I should use the fine slider. Let me delete this automation. Now that is cool. Yes, that is what I was thinking of. What if we put the grain delay after that? Look at the cool. This is why I love using grain delay. Grain delay has a lot of power to it, honestly, if you can use it correctly. I think that'll be fine. Yeah, around that. Ooh, what if we get a vocoder? And then I saw this trick the other time, where if you take the vocoder, get it to modulator mode, and then turn the level all the way up, take the bands, put at 40, max out the range, it makes it very, very crispy. Maybe what we can do is we can also shift this down with the format after. Oh, that's a bit too deep. Maybe only minus 12. Let's put this at 0. How's the grain effect thingy going with the rest of the track? Yeah, I also don't know how it sounds honestly. So that is also cool. Okay, vocoder sounds cool. I think so too. There's so many cool tricks you can do with vocoder actually. Maybe if I make this a 10 and then I make the attack 5, makes it very wet. I think the problem is that it's starting from too high of a pitch, so maybe I should lower this by like a little bit of semitones. I don't know if it's too deep now. The spectrum looks fine, but I think it's this. Hold on, let me delete the format. Let's see if I can take... I hear a very resonant peak here. And let me fade this in as well so it doesn't click. Alright, let's see how this sounds. Why is it so much louder than everything else? Okay, maybe I should turn this down. Oh, okay. It's good, but the problem is that it's too short. So it needs to like it needs to lead into it. So maybe what I do is I take I take it over here and I just fade it in like this. And I'll lower the volume of this one too. Yeah, that's not bad. That's a decent effect, but it needs something to make it feel a little bit more. Trying to see what do we have here. Ooh, shifter. What if I get a shifter? Oh, maybe it won't. I don't know if it'll work the way I want it to. Shifter minus 12. Put it at 50%. How's this sound? Yeah, see, it's too short. That's the problem. It needs a little bit of reverb. I just said it again. That really is just gonna be a thing I say now, isn't it? I feel like at one point when I come back to streaming, that's the only thing that people are gonna be clipping now is like whenever I say it needs a little bit of reverb. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit. Oh my goodness, what am I doing to this sound at this point? It sounds so bubbly. It sounds so nice though, I like it. Okay, this might break my CPU a little bit more, but I'm gonna put chroma on this thing and see how it sounds even more. This is like a color-based thing now at this point. We are in D sharp pentatonic minor. Maybe we can. I think I can turn on the color a little bit by like 50. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to delay this so it keeps going on and on and on and on and on. So what I'm gonna, how the way this is gonna work is I'm going to turn on the delay at the I lost my train of thought. Hold on. Whoa. Oh, no wonder it was acting like this. Hold on. Let me try this. Breaking CPU for the love of music. Yes, that's what we do around here. I meant to put minus 5,000. It's such a trippy sound. And then I need to line this up right here. And then I'm gonna do the same thing with this, show automation lane, and we're going to do the delay like this, and we're gonna make the feedback super high for this. Oh wait, it turns off over here, oops. Oh wait, I put the dry wet at 100%. I didn't mean to do that, whoops. It's supposed to be 50. I need to turn on this filter, hold on. What if you put it at the end of the song? Ooh, that is a decent idea. And then I just reverb it out. We could try that later. We could try that later, yeah. The delay is not loud enough. I think the problem is this. Last stream. Hello, my player. Welcome to the stream. Yes, this will be the last stream for a while. I mentioned earlier in the stream that there's going to be a special announcement. I'm enlisting into the military soon. There's no war, don't worry. It's just basic like practices in my country. There's going to be a video on my channel after at 11 around there. 1 hour from now, a main video you're going to see, and that's going to explain everything pretty much. So yeah, we were just creating this very, very cool effect right here. I experimented with a bit of sounds, and this effect just came out all of a sudden. It sounds really, really cool. 2500. Yeah, I don't like that click. You notice that there's that click over there. Like, I wanted to fade in a bit more, but I don't know. Let's see how it sounds now. Maybe I just turn on these effects too. Okay. Oh, I almost messed up the whole song. I copy and pasted stuff I didn't mean to. Last fire music before firing the military. Maybe? I don't know. Copy these effects like this. Okay. Let's see how this sounds in total. We need another effect over here. There's this effect in the sample science pack, which is like a bomb or something. So maybe what I take is I take this effect, this bomb, and then I put it here. Look how loud this is, by the way. I saw the wave file of this thing, and I was like, what? How loud is this thing? I need to make it super soft. And then I'm going to time stretch this over here. Ooh, yeah. Why if we reverse that like this? CPU starting to die again. Let me group all these together. Maybe put them through. I can't believe I'm saying this. Slight reverb. Okay. You know what? I think since we have a lot of time for this stream and we're only really doing the breakdown, I'm gonna do some cool tricks over here. So let me put this on a group over here. This is called a hybrid reverb, and what this does normally it acts like a normal reverb. Watch. So you notice that it's kind of like a normal reverb right now, but the way this works is that it takes the signal from another sound, like the reverb comes from another sound. So what genre is this? Sounds electronic-y. Future bass. It's future bass, man. I've made future bass before, so here's another future bass track. Yeah. So yeah, as I was saying, this hybrid reverb takes the another sound and uses that as the reverb instead. So what I can do is, let me think about this. Do I want a... Okay, yeah, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a chord, and then we're going to put the chord through hybrid reverb. This is just a very rough example, but I'm gonna experiment with this a little bit and see if I can make this sound all right. We're gonna make a chord out of a future bass. Cool, yeah. It's a nice genre. Future bass was one of the few genres that I got into when I first started getting into electronic music. Let me do 2 bars of this chord. We're gonna do like a... We need to do pentatonic minor over here. Where's pentatonic minor? Minor pentatonic. Here it is. There you go, like that. So now we have a chord that sounds like this. Maybe don't do. Let's do saw wave instead. There we go, something like that. Maybe it can be a bit more detuned. Just to be a reverb, yeah. Something like that, yeah. So we have a chord like this now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to freeze this track so it turns into an audio file. And what I can do with this audio file is I can drag it onto the hybrid reverb, and you're going to see what it does. So basically what I'm doing is I'm turning a chord into a reverb. It sounds quite crazy, but this is a very popular technique in a lot of like bass music that I've seen, where you can take like melodic stuff and combine it with stuff that's not really melodic. Parisi to add reverb lasting the entire song. I did that in the stream once. It was quite an experience. Hold on. I'll flatten this track as well, I guess. This is just a test. I don't even think this is gonna sound too great, but we'll see. So as you can see, I can drag the reverb into the hybrid reverb, or I can drag the chord into the hybrid reverb, and now listen to all the. I think I should turn down this. Hold on. Decay will only be this long. You hear that? Now it's melodic. Now all the sounds have that chord in it. And you can get some very, very cool tonalities from it. It's a very, very interesting effect that I really, really like. That one is very interesting, especially. Maybe I should put like a telephone filter on this one like sound. Where is it? EQ, vocal. Let's put a telephone vocal on this bomb sound because it sounds very bright. So now it should sound a bit better. Okay, not too bad. So how does it sound now? Let's see. How does all this percussion sound? And we can try this with anything. In fact, I just realized I grouped this thing inside. How does this sound now? Not too bad. Yeah, not too bad. This is also pretty nice. Why is the delay turning off over here? I noticed the delay turns off over here. Why is it doing that? It's not supposed to turn off. There we go. I think it's now sounding correct. Maybe I get rid of some of the high end over here, 350. Okay, the transition is fine, but it's still missing something. I think I know what's missing. Okay, what I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna freeze these drums. I feel like the drums is what's causing. Does the wavy effect being placed in the middle of the solo sound a bit random? A little bit, but it needs like a fill. Like it needs a there needs to be a fill there to like help bridge the gap between that section. So I'm trying to think. I have a bunch of basses I could use, but I don't know if they'll sound good in that area because they sound very like upbeat and aggressive. I don't think it's what we need here. Trying to think. Do I have any samples that we could put there? Um, I think we'll cross that bridge later. I can't think of anything right now. It does sound a bit random. I do agree. Okay, let me just freeze these drums first because they I think they're taking up my CPU because of they're MIDI. Anything MIDI will take up CPU very harshly. So like just a tip is whenever you have a lot of MIDI tracks, that's the thing that you should be worrying about when it comes to your CPU because it has to calculate all the effects that comes after the sounds as well. Okay, hopefully the CPU is a little bit better now. Still a bit laggy. Oh, this is what's missing. Hold on. Is this what I think it is? Yeah, this is that impact. Yeah, it's this one. Okay. Let me move this a little bit here. And then I'll cut this over here. Okay, I guess we'll come back to that a little bit later. Right now, what I want to focus on is trying to make this part feel a bit more full. So an idea that I had is we can have another ARP melody over here. If you don't know what an ARP is, ARP just stands for arpeggio, and then after that, arpeggio is something like what these two things are doing. Well, it's basically just a sequence of notes playing, pretty much. That's what it is. Um, Wait, is this supposed to be here? I did put this right. Yeah, I did. I am going insane now. Okay. That's right. This doesn't have a bit of like the return thing over here. Let me put that in. And maybe I'll give this a bit of echo as well. So -9 on echo. Okay, it's sounding not bad now, yeah. Right now I feel like I really need the arpeggio. And I think what I need to do is I need to make the second half of the breakdown a bit different from the first half. So this is a synth that I was thinking of when I was listening to a song the other day. Like there's this art this whole track is inspired by an artist named Lost Guy who uploaded a song on NCS. He uploaded a bunch of songs on NCS. They all future based songs. And there was this one sound in one of the tracks. It was like a oh, it already has the echo in it. Yeah, something like that. Sounds like water droplets. Yeah, it does. I actually really like that too. we'll take this first half of it, and then we'll copy it here. And then we're gonna just repeat these 3 notes over and over again. And yeah, so it repeats over and over again because like it's just supposed to show some repetition in it. We can try this sound, but we can experiment a little bit and see what sounds nice. I know I made this sound already, but I want to see how it sounds here. So if we take an erosion and then just put it over here around 7500, put it at 25, maybe just a little bit. It sounds a bit more 8-bit. We could try that, but we could also try with hybrid reverb. And then we put this on shimmer mode, and then we just turn down the damping like this. We can turn down the size as well, maybe put it at 25, and then we'll turn the decay to maybe 1200. Maybe not so much, maybe put it like 15, and then we'll put it more towards the original sound like this. Like this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to, maybe I'll do it like this. I group this reverb, and then I put it in a parallel chain like this, and then I put this at 100% now. What I want to do is I want to go into the pitch and modulation, take an auto pan, and I'm going to do it by 1/8 notes and see how this sounds. There's a trick I see Virtual Riot do a lot. As you can see, now it sounds a bit more controlled compared to earlier. Yeah, like that. And then trying to think what else can we do to this. I think it needs to be a bit shorter. Maybe you do 300 here. Hybrid reverb is not too audible, so but I think I'm gonna leave it. I think it's fine like that. So maybe I'll add one more. Should I add one more layer on top of this? I'm trying to think. Let me try. I'll go with a saw wave and see how this sounds. Yeah, something like that. Now I noticed that it cuts off over here. So another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the some of this stuff over here. So I'm gonna group this, and we're going to reverb all of it out. Yes, I know reverb again, but um, the way what I mean by this is we're going to use something called a washout. So a washout is basically when you want, it's a very good way to make transitions. So the way this works, let me go find a, where is it? Valhalla. Here it is. Valhalla Supermassive. This is a reverb plugin, and basically what it does is it allows you to basically just um, you can swell in reverbs pretty much. So let me give you an example. Let me use this one, I guess, and we'll put the mix down to 0. And then uh, we're only going to turn on the plugin over here. So show automation. We're only going to turn on the plugin when this note hits right here. And then we're going to change the mix to make so fade it in pretty much. So something like this. So now you're going to see what it does. So it like fades out pretty much is what it's doing. I think this is a bit too much though. Maybe I can only do like 50%. I think that'll sound good. Oh, that's another problem with the plugin, as you can hear. Um, it will continue for the duration that you set it to. So I'm gonna turn it down here. Okay, so let's see how this sounds now. I think that's still a bit too long. I think only 4 bars. And then I'm going to take this effect and I'm going to copy it onto this group over here. So it does the same thing. Hello, why are you not copying? Did I not Control C you properly? Control C, there we go. Now I did. Go to the group, put this here. Why can I not put this? There we go, finally. Oh no, don't put 2, do not put 2. Do not put 3, okay. Yes, yes, more reverb is what we need. So now we hear these 2 groups together, you can hear. There you go, like that. So I'm trying to think how I can make this a bit better as well. Let's see how it sounds as a whole. Oh, not bad actually. This actually sounds pretty good. Okay, let's see. Let me go back a little bit further because that was a bit sloppy. Okay, not bad. Yeah, I really like that transition. Dude, Valhalla Massive is actually such a good plugin, honestly. And plus it's free. This reverb is actually free. It's one of the, I'm pretty sure it's the only free reverb that Valhalla has. I may be wrong on that, but yeah. Now, one thing I also want to change, this bomb effect sounds a bit too smooth because this part sounds very, very like glitchy and it's like very, very syncopated. And then all of a sudden this bomb comes in. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to cut this up a little bit. So we're gonna have let's see. Let me think. Try deleting this, and then we'll just copy this over and over and over again. I should have done that a bit better. Hold on. What I'm doing over here is I'm going to take this. This is kind of like granular synthesis, where you take a sound and then it makes like a very, very like glitchy, rhythmic sound to it, like that. So now it sounds a bit more percussive instead of being so smooth. And maybe I can do the same here. Let's see. How does this sound? And then maybe what I can do is I can fade this in. Like this, and then I just fade it in. 1 2 0 0. Okay. So let's fade this part in over here. All right, let's see how this sounds. Maybe I can frequency shift it as well. Let's try that too. So frequency shift this. Over here. Oh, that is cool. That is cool though, not gonna lie. Maybe set this 0. I think I need to change this frequency instead. Let me get rid of this automation and then. Oh, that is nice. Yeah. Playing a lot with frequency shifter today, but frequency shifter is a very nice plugin or effect in general. And I just realized this is at 0 dB. No wonder it's so loud. Okay, and then we're going to take this and we're gonna copy it to here, except for this effect. We don't want that. Is it good? Yep. Okay. So let's see how this sounds now. Okay, now it's a bit too soft. I think I like it a bit more subtle, honestly. Like it being a bit subtle, in my opinion, just sounds a bit better. Let me turn up this resonance even more. Oh wait, did I copy this thing on accident again? Yep, I did. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. There you go. Oh, I know what's missing now. I just heard it. I know what's missing now. I know why this sounds so empty now. This pad plays in like every single section. Most of the sections over here. This pad has been missing the whole time. I was wondering why it sounds so empty. Now I know why. It's because this pad is usually supposed to be here. Like it does very, very little, but it really fills up the amount of like things that are missing. It's a very nice pad on its own as well, but like it fills up so many of the frequencies that are missing. Copy a few more elements from these newer sections. to try a trick over here. Instead of the same build-up as last time, let's try switching it up a little bit. Instead of my producer tag being here, instead of the symbol being here, instead of these drums being here, actually maybe we could try something with these drums. Let's see. So let's do a flam over here, like this. So like, oh, hold on. I was wondering why it sounded so odd. It's because these notes are still on right here. Turn these notes off and see how it sounds. Oh, not bad. Okay, I kind of like that. It's kind of quirky. It's kind of quirky. Get rid of this. I think the problem is that this is still too close. Or we can be even more quirky. Let's get rid of these drums. I'm saying that word a lot, quirky. And instead of using these drums, let's add another audio track over here. And we're gonna get a tiny little snare. Let's go find a tiny snare. I have one in mind. Where is it? Yeah, this one. So it's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's just gonna slam on that snare right here. Let's try this. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, here. Maybe it needs a lead into it, so I'm gonna get another one, and then I'm gonna get this iconic snare, which has this very metallic sound to it, and we're going to make it a lead in like this. Okay, not bad, not bad, not bad. I actually really like that. -6 and -9 on you. Let's try this. Maybe not a snare, maybe something else. Let's try a sine wave like this. Basically what I mean by that is like this very short sine wave over here. Let's get an operator for this. I rarely use operator, but we can try operator for this thing. Let's see. No release and like that. Do we need to pitch it down? Why is it so like delayed? Hold on. Operator? What's operator? Oh, it's basically this it's this instrument over here. It's basically like another synthesizer, but it's very, very complex. Like, you can do very weird things with it. I'm not an expert at operator. It's very, very complex. So let me turn down the sustain. It's way too fast. Maybe I stretch this out a bit. Let's see how it sounds. Ah, yes, there we go. This is the tone that I want. Maybe make this a bit shorter. Okay. Okay, that kind of works, but I think this needs to be short. Oh, that's where the sound is coming from. Okay. I don't want the transient of this then. Let's see how this sounds. Alright. That's what was missing. Okay. Okay, let's see how this sounds over here. Yeah, that sounds alright. I think that sounds okay. Um, I think we're roughly almost done with like the arrangement, honestly. An idea I had. Okay, hopefully CPU doesn't hate me for this. I'm gonna add one more instrument over here. I was like picturing some strings, like pizzicato strings over here. So, like in this section, I was thinking of some like pizzicato strings. If you don't know what pizzicato is, it's basically when you plug on the violin instead of using the bow strings. So, Labs has this pizzicato ensemble over here, which may sound pretty alright. Let's see how this sounds. Pizzicato is it okay. That sounds alright, but I think there's another sound that can go that can go a bit better. Let's do normal strings. We're gonna do short. Let's see how this sounds. Yes, this is the sound I was looking for. So it's not pizzicato. It's just a very quick bow hit. What if we take the this ARP over here, this one. Oh no, I froze it. Whoops. Okay. Can I copy this onto another track? Oh, I can. Okay, then I can just steal the MIDI. All right. There we go. I don't need this anymore. And then we go onto the violin track over here. We consolidate this together, and then we add this over here. I think it's a bit too high. Let me move these a bit up. Yeah, I think it sounds a bit more powerful. Hold on, let me listen to it again. I feel like it's more of a felt not heard kind of thing. Oh gosh, I can't hear myself. Okay. That's the biggest problem with Valhalla Shimmer. Let's say I like play this section where the reverb starts. Then I pause. It's still playing. And if I click, only if I click on the area where there's no reverb, watch. It goes away like that. Because I turned it off. That's the biggest problem with Valhalla Shimmer is that like or not Valhalla Shimmer, this is Valhalla Supermassive. That's the biggest problem with it. Too much reverb, I guess. No, no such thing. There's no such thing as too much reverb. I guess. Let me think. What else can I do to spice this up even more? Because I think it's almost done. It needs a bit more things to spice it up. Okay, I guess we can work on the outro very quickly then. So I'm gonna take advice from the chat and see this outro. This is the outro I have. It's pretty much just the piano and the glockenspiel doing their own thing. The R in reverb stands for RIP. What happens if I just make the piano play its thing? Hold on. It gets quieter and quieter. Let's see what happens if I make it like quieter and quieter. Yeah, it gets quieter and quieter. And then we'll make it like less bright as well. Like here. And then we'll change this to 50. And then we'll okay, it's already on the soft settings, so maybe even softer. Okay, let's see how this goes. Okay, maybe the volume doesn't need to go quieter. What if everything but the piano goes quieter? The piano is the only thing playing here though. I mean, for now. I don't know if I want to include anything else here, um, in this section, because I feel like a solo piano has like a very, very nice impact to it. Um, Unless we can add the strings back here, but we already did that earlier, so I don't want to do it again. Or we can have this bass that only shows up in the very beginning, this one bass right here. And then like just for this last part. Nah, it doesn't really fit. Yeah, I feel like a solo piano is really like the best way to end the track. Oh, what if we add like a redux to it? Hold on. Redux basically gives your sound a very bit crushed feel to it. So like very 8-bit. And instrumental's a bit earlier than piano. Um, hmm, maybe, but hmm. So piano. Yeah, I'm surprised I wrote such a beautiful like piano outro, honestly. I really like it. It's like super beautiful. Let me get Redux over here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn the Redux to 32. 32,000, sorry. Is it not 32,000? Okay, 16,000. Okay, we're gonna do the same trick as we did last time. Um we're gonna take one of these presets for Valhalla, and we're going to just reverb it in the last moment right here. So we're gonna first automate the look how many automations this one piano has. So many. This is because I've done so much stuff on it. Uh, right here. Turn this off as well. And then we're gonna automate the mix right in this section to 100% because it's the very ending. Okay, let's see how this sounds. Oh my goodness. I don't like that preset. Let's do another preset. Let's see what else we have here. Massive. 60% of infinity. What's this one? Re-enable automation. Hold on. Yeah, that's the biggest problem with something. Oh god, stop, 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 please. Okay. That's the problem with some of these presets. They're a little bit too extreme. Um, 80 space verb. Let's try that. Uh, Re-enable automation. Let's see. Oh, okay, that one's not bad. And then we'll end it over here. So, okay, let's see how the whole thing sounds together. And let me. Oh yeah, yeah, right. This is what I wanted to do as well. I wanted to get the glitch effect from earlier, and then see how it would sound and the ending instead of the begin, like the middle of that solo. So it starts over here. Why is it not playing anything? Hello? Why are you not playing anything? um, why did it not play? Oh, did I put it in the wrong? I put it in the wrong. I put it in the wrong channel. No wonder. So I have to take these two and then put them here. All right. Why is it not playing any sound? Did I mute something? Did I mute something on accident? Delay. No, it was playing. Yeah. I don't know why. Why is nothing else playing? The delay is freaking out. What is this delay shape? Okay, that is strange. The delay was like freaking out for a second. Okay. Huh. Maybe no delay here. The delay doesn't really fit here. Trying to think. Maybe a synth bite? Because I honestly think that it's almost there. It just needs something to make it sound a bit better. Ooh, not bad, not bad. I kind of like that. Um, and then maybe a gate to help make it feel a little bit tighter. Okay, almost there, yeah. Around minus 27, I think. I think I need to make this softer. So I'm gonna select this specific sound and I'm gonna make it even softer, like minus 12. Oh, now the gate is too soft. Uh, okay, let's see how this sounds in replacement of the, actually no, this one sounds good on its own, I think. Okay, I need to turn these on only at the later section. Because if they're on all the time, then this gets affected too. I'm only going to turn this one on right here. There's also a lot of automations on this. Yeah, and then this one will sound like this. There we go. Okay. Um, all right. I think that's mainly it for most of the sounds. I'm gonna freeze all the layers now so that it doesn't lag. I'm gonna do one last playthrough of it, and then I think that's gonna be it for the stream, honestly. I thought we were gonna be going to 11, but I guess we finished most of the things already here, so that's nice. Let me just freeze all these layers. This is gonna take quite a while, so I might actually play an intermission in a moment while this all loads, and then I'll cut the stream back as soon as the tracks are finished loading. And I select all them. Two more. And here. This is so that the CPU won't die. I'm gonna freeze all these tracks. There we go. Okay. What if reverb? We can try that at the very end. Maybe at the very end, after we do the full playthrough, I'll just put reverb on it and just hear a reverb version and see how that sounds. That's gonna be interesting. Okay, I'm gonna play an intermission, and once the tracks are frozen, I'll just cut the stream back. Okay, we are back. Pretty sure every single track in the arrangement is frozen now. Look at how many tracks there are. So far, we are at 91 individual MIDI and audio tracks. That is, and groups, I guess, if you want to consider that. So yeah, all right. I think that should be it. Let's take a very big listen to the final result, and maybe we could put some reverb on it and make it interesting. So yeah, here we go. Here's the final result of what we made for the past 3 streams. In three, two. Actually, you know what? Let's make this even cooler. I'm gonna pull up Span over here, which is this is a spectrum analyzer, so you're gonna see an even more interesting side. Okay, turn this off as well. Nothing is soloed, right? Yep, nothing is soloed. Okay, here we go. Three, two, one, and That sounds very, very nice. I really like how that turned out in the end. It sounds, the flow is not bad. There are some transitions which are a bit off, but the flow is genuinely not bad. And wow, this is nice to look. Look at this. This is actually nice to look at. Look at all these tracks. But yeah, um, this is one of the most proud like tracks I've made on stream so far. Like everything flows so nicely for the most part. There are some transitions which are a bit off, but other than that, it sounds very, very nice. So yeah, now before we end the stream, at the request of our audience member, Mr. Something Someone Somewhere, let's just do this for the funny and add a hybrid reverb on the master track. This is gonna sound. I'm gonna put the stereo at 200% as well. This is gonna sound. Oh no, I don't even know how this is gonna sound. Should we be funnier and add a delay on it as well? Like we add a delay on it too, and like maybe I make the decay a bit shorter so the transients don't actually get smashed. You know what? Or add a delay as well. Why not? And we'll put it on ping pong mode. Okay, I have no idea how this is gonna sound. I think we'll okay. We'll only hear until the first drop because the song's quite long. So yeah, we'll only hear until the first drop and see how it sounds. Okay. Three, two, one. Okay, so far not too bad. I feel like it's gonna get worse. But you can hear it's very echoey already. The transient is just gone on that impact. Oh no, okay, here we go. There's no transient. All the transients are gone. There's like no punch at all. I feel like I'm listening to this at like a concert or something like that. I feel like I'm listening to this like in front of a stage. POV or at a Lost Lands concert. I was about to say you can't hear the piano, but you can hear it. My ears are blessed, may both sides of that pillow be cold. Okay, here we go. Drop. How's the drop gonna sound? I'm curious about this. How's this drop gonna sound? Oh my goodness. There's like no punch at all. Like all the punch is just gone. Okay. Well, that's it for that. Okay, yeah, that's enough. That's enough. Okay. It would have been even worse if I put Valhalla Supermassive on it, but my goodness, that is kind of funny though, not gonna lie. Now I did notice something. I forgot to do something over here. Um, one last um one last thing I can teach over here is that in this section right here, as you can see, I automated this utility. So basically what's happening is that if I turn on these parts on again so I can see them. Basically what's happening over here in this section, I'm turning down the width of the utility, you see. And basically what turning down the width does is it basically makes the sound more narrow. You know how your headphones is one on each ear? If the sound is in the middle, then it'll play in both ears equally. But what's happening is I'm actually making the sound more narrow as the drop comes. And then when the drop actually hits, then the stereo fully opens up again. And then it makes it feel like the drop is wider than it actually is. It's tricking your brain to thinking that the drop is wider than it actually is. Oh, I actually did automate it over here. But I kind of want to try one more thing, like in this section. Where's the cut? Oh, the cut is over here. Okay. Oh no, that's not the cut. Where is it? It's here, right? Yeah, right here. So I want to try something. Yeah, like here. So I'm gonna make it narrow in that cut, so it's gonna be very, very narrow, and then all of a sudden it's gonna open up again like this. I think I'm gonna do it a little bit earlier, like around here. Yeah, that sounds a bit better. And I'm gonna do the same thing in this cut over here. Where is it? Yep, right here. Wow, I guessed it correctly. Okay, there we go. There's just one last thing I want to add. I'm not. It's very simple, basically. It's just adding that. But yeah, okay. So that's gonna be it for this stream. I might polish up this track a little bit more off stream, and maybe one day in the future I will release it. But as you guys know, that this is going to be the last stream for a very long time due to my enlistment into the military next Wednesday, and I'm going to be gone for a very long time. So there's not going to be like no streams, no video on the channel for a very long time. There's actually a video premiering like right now, I think as we speak on my channel. You can check out my videos tab on my channel, and you can see that there is a video over there that's going to explain all the situation that's going to happen for the channel in the next few, maybe next 2 years or so. I know it's a very long time, but I can't really fight against the government, so yeah. We'll wait. Good luck, man. Thank you so much. It means so much. And to those watching the VOD as well, thank you for watching me for all the streams in the past. It really means a lot to me that even if you're not in the stream, you're still watching the VOD and still just having fun with me talking about how I produce and stuff. So yeah, go check out the video on my channel that's premiering right now. And with that, that's gonna be it for today's stream. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys next time I stream, whenever that will be. So, yeah, thanks so much. Have a great day ahead.